Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Talk About It with Courtney. I am your host, Courtney Carroll, licensed therapist in North Carolina and Washington State, also connection coach. So I'm here to talk about it. If this is your first time, thank you for tuning in. If you've been on this journey, welcome back. Episode 15 is here. So I've done a lot of time kind of like meditating, thinking about what we should talk about today. And something that kind of came up this morning over me is if you're going through hell, hard times, whatever it is, people tend to not seek out a therapist or even a coach if they are having the time of their life, if everything's going right. And when people do seek out a therapist or help or whatever that looks like, even doctors or whatever, usually gets to a point where it's pretty bad. And as like you're in the bad, what I think we should talk about is how do I find joy in it? Or can you experience two things at one time? Can you experience joy, love, gratitude, while also surviving and getting through some really hard times? And it's not something I really speak openly about, to be honest. It's not because I don't want to, but because it's in something I personally have been learning myself. So many times as a therapist and coach, like I am constantly evolving, learning, and healing. I don't think we ever are in completion of healing or doing our work. And that means we're ongoing with it. If I heal from something, usually something else resurfaces to work through. And that doesn't mean we're all doomed and we'll never be happy or content. Like, that's not at all what I'm saying. Is how do you find those things when you're going through hell, or you're surviving, or your relationship just erupted, or you lost someone really freaking important to you? How do you make life make sense? And I recently had a client have a hardship of exploring, is it okay to have fun when you know someone's no longer here to enjoy it or experience it? What is laughing and being grateful, is that okay to do when there's like this big other thing going on in your life? And with that, I'm speaking more to a lot of death loss, a lot of I've personally have experienced a lot of grief work live. We talked a lot about that last session. And when I talk about grief, I mean, I've lost my mom. I've lost some aunts and uncle and cousins and really good friends. And sometimes I have felt guilty, like laughing or having a good time. Even with some of my friends and my clients have experienced a loss of a child, and I get off with them or finish talking with them and I have a little beautiful girl. What I tend to think is it's almost unfair to not enjoy things. And I think if anyone has ever passed over or passed on, and whatever that means to you, fill in whatever your belief system is, what happens after death, right? And even any other hard obstacle, like when I went through my divorce, like sharing time with my daughter, splitting up, like all those things, moving, like, was it even okay to have fun? What did it mean to have fun in that? Did that mean I wasn't experiencing all the other things? It is normal, quote unquote, to still laugh and have joy while experiencing pain. And I think anyone that we've lost would want us to. They don't want joy to leave because they have. And I think the sparks of gratitude and joy and laughter and chaos is actually, it's like mending. I kind of picture a heart and like a real organ heart. Sorry, I don't know why I did the heart thing, but you get what I'm saying. Where there's like some stitching going on. Like, let's say your heart is just shattered or broken. And I just feel like every time we laugh, there's like you use a suture and you just kind of like slowly clean it up. And soon, after maybe 6 months, a year later, your heart might not be completely mended, but there's a lot of healing going on. When I think of, I lost one of my best friends, Lacey. I've spoke about this before on my podcast, and it was really hard to lose her. She's just a bright fucking light, and I still feel for her kids. I was never very close to them, and I still think about them and send them love and light. And then I went home to my daughter, and and she has her mom that she can call, hopefully, for the rest of her life, God willing. And I don't know, sometimes it just didn't feel fair that I get to stay and she had to go. And then I remember the summer of my divorce, I think it was around my birthday. I separated my ex July of 2 years ago. And I think I was just laughing really hard. I was at my friend's house. I think we were in her pool. And I was just laughing, like a good belly laugh. Have you ever had, like, of course you have. Like, that's silly. And I remember thinking, like, is this okay? Can I be happy and sad and scared? Yeah. I don't know why I questioned it with me when I was sitting with clients over years and years, like going through that and reminding them it's okay to find gratitude. It's okay to find joy. It's okay to still enjoy life while surviving it at the same time. And it's okay to welcome back love, excitement, joy. We often think that we can't date again or go out if we're in the midst of heartache or navigating life. So many times, seriously, this month I've heard from clients like, I'm not ready for dating. Can you imagine dating right now? Like, can you imagine, like, I'm like, my life is in fireworks going on. I'm like, what's this guy or this girl? I've heard that this month too. Where are they going to fit in? And can I really heal and date or love? And the answer is yes. And if they're the right person, or even if they're not like the long-standing person, they're bringing some excitement in your life, and maybe you pick up your phone and you're smiling. Like, how cool is that? You might be going through something, but you are also a little delighted by something. And why can't someone come in the midst of chaos, not to rescue you, no, to be with you, to support you, to do that stitching thing I was just referring to a little bit. So if you're going through a divorce, or you just lost someone really important to you, or maybe you just got let go of a job. That happened to a good friend of mine this week, and she's shattered. She doesn't know what to do next. And she's like, well, what do I do? I'm like, go have some fun. Like, she hasn't been off work in so long. She hasn't had a real vacation in a long time. I'm like, before you jump into the career shifting and like switching things up, I know you're scared, but also rest, recover. Let's go maybe do a comedy show. Let's go do something, or even just, you don't have to go spend money. Like, you can just, like, if you have a Netflix account, if you've never seen Matt Rife, I think he's hilarious. I actually saw him live in Seattle in August. And like, watch a show on one of your streaming services. I'm using him because he's the most funny guy I know right now in my life. Or find something in that kind of perspective of what would make you giggle. Previously, I've also guided clients that if they're struggling and they're in a really tough spot, whether it's financially, physically, grief work, whatever that is, the one thing as a therapist coach I would say is like, what's your content? What are you watching? What are you doing? And a very weird thing about me is before bed, I rarely will watch something new or something that will keep me awake. And what I mean by that is something that I don't know what's going to happen. I'll give you a good example. Game of Thrones. I could have never started Game of Thrones in the middle of like grief work, and that is one of my favorite shows of all time. And I could not like watch that at 9 o'clock at night, because first of all, I wouldn't turn it off. And if I did, I would want to know if you've seen the show, do they live? Do they survive? Also, I'm freaking out. What happens? Like, by no means is that going to be good for my heart at bedtime. And I'm just going to be like, what happens? What happens? Or like, ah. Or a scary suspenseful movie. Even if you watch the whole thing, like, I'm not going to be able to go immediately to bed. And also, should I be watching scary shit when I'm in a dark spot? Friend, no. And I know people can have a different opinion. I don't care. I've seen the comments of, not comments, the gifs or the reels of, it's okay to go through hell, and also watch like docu-series of murder mysteries. Like girls, they specifically specify women in this. Like, we're like, what girl will say she needs to calm down and watch a serial killer movie. That is not me. Nor would I recommend that. I think watching something that's going to make you laugh. One of my favorite shows is the Friends, and hello, of course it is, or Sex and the City, or what's a good one? Oh, Big Bang Theory. I love Big Bang Theory. Or How I Met Your Mother. There you go. Those are some of my favorite shows. Weird information about me. That is what I watch before bed. Even if I've seen the episodes, it's something like that won't keep me awake and make me smile and laugh. I would never, again, plug in Game of Thrones on a bad day at night. And if it works for you, it works for you, and there's no judgment from this therapist coach over here. But I'm thinking of the Big Bang Theory, and I'm thinking of Sheldon, and I'm such a nerd. I love the show. And I'm thinking, I just love laughing at Sheldon or something Leonard says, and it might have been the only time I laughed that day. And I needed that. My heart needed that stitching, my heart needed that. It needed comfort. Comfort's a good word for it. When we're going through hard things, comfort is so essential. I kind of visualize like a cup of tea or coffee, whatever you like to drink. Oh, a hot apple cider sounds good to me right now too. It's the fall, it's cold. Something really warm. I personally like my tea with honey, and instead of grabbing a beverage or a glass of wine, which no judgment here, I like my wine, just drinking it slow. And if anything, if you have nothing to be grateful for that day, and I'm in Washington State right now, it's cold. This morning I regretted not wearing a jacket on top of this sweater. Sipping warm, beautiful coffee or tea, like grateful for the comfort and the warmth of the beverage. If that's all you can do that day, and it brings you a smile, and it goes like, oh, that's what coffee does to me. Oh, like, it feels so good. That, I'm not going to judge myself for being happy I have coffee in my home, even though I have X, Y, and Z going over here. And if that's the only thing that happens great today, that's amazing. I know it won't be the only thing great that happens to my day. Let's go if you have children. I'm a mama. My daughter's 4.5. Her name's Hazel. She is pure magic, y'all. And there are days I struggle. I'm a single mom. I have her 90% of the time, and it is hard to always be on and to always do it. But then this girl just gives me like little glimmers. Well, she always makes me smile. She does. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, like this morning she goes, "Your hair's pretty, mama." And I'm like, how sweet is my girl? How sweet is she? And it just makes me smile, and I say, thank you. You're so kind. Thank you for being sweet. And I already start my day with that, And it's not that I'm searching for compliments. And I'm very well aware, like, I don't think ill about myself or I'm not confident, but it's nice to hear that you're beautiful or you're attractive or you look pretty, especially from your baby. Kids are blunt, y'all. She'd let me know if I didn't look good. True. And I'm just thinking of her, and I'm like, I'm just so grateful for her. Yeah, I'm going through a tough season in my life personally, but how blessed am I to be that girl's mama? That she says, like, she can turn to someone and say, you're beautiful, or you're pretty, or she's always giving compliments. I love that about her. And that's something I'm already grateful for today. And I don't feel guilty or bad. Like, I had that experience with my daughter, and I also, I'm probably moving. I have different things going on in my life, and that brings a lot of stress and anxiety in my world. And that doesn't make that not true, but it does do that stitching, that mending, And life's not all bad. When I think of grief in the context of our conversation, I think of, like, I'm thinking about my baby cousins I've lost, and even Lacey, and even a couple of good friends. My friend Tyler passed away a few years ago too. Well, a lot longer, almost 10 years ago now. Gosh, that's crazy. And I know they would want me happy. I know they would want me to experience life. But knowing that and not missing them is two different things. Of course I miss them. I think they miss me. Weird, if we all love each other. Being guilty that I get to call my cousin's sister and have this beautiful relationship with her now. And wishing she had her brother around, or I wish I had my cousin around, and those things. We can wish and still grieve and still have that like lived in experience, while also smiling and embracing my connection with my cousin. Embracing that I'm closer to my other family members now through a different loss, because when you share a loss together, it's, again, we're all attached at that point. And it's given me a personal experience to be closer to some of my family, and that I am grateful for. I'm so sad I lost, gosh, that hits you, it hits you. Like, I'm so sad I lost my baby cousins, but I'm grateful for the family I do have. Perspective, right? And if you're out there today, maybe you're struggling and you found this podcast and you're thinking, let's talk about finding joy or finding gratitude, or whatever this is going to be called. I honestly haven't named it yet. And it goes like, how do I do that? And maybe I'm not ready to book a therapist or a coach, or maybe this will help me for today. And that's the whole idea why I created this, by the way, is to not bash any bad experience in my life. It is to truly help people and to know they're not alone in their experiences. And if you're in that spot, I hope that you can, I'm sorry, my dogs are barking. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I hope that this is aligning with you and working with you. And yes, you can find gratitude and excitement in hardship. And that's okay too. I want you to know personally, as a therapist, what I would say to you is embrace the good with the bad. It's okay to smile, laugh, and have a great experience with your friends while also going through heartache and recovery and whatever journey you're on. It's okay. If finances are tight, this is why I listed some ideas. Find a show that you enjoy and laugh and giggle. Put on Matt Rife. Put on a different comedian that you might resonate more with. And if anything, laugh today. God, that's like the most lovely mending thing I think we can do, is laugh, giggle, and find joy. And if you're moving and if you're stressed out and you don't know what to do, you can still be grateful for that home while you're in it. I know I am. You just heard my dogs bark. There's a train about to come by. I live on the river, and I'm leaving it. And I'm gonna miss my view. I like living on the Puyallup, or I guess it's the White River. I'm in downtown Sunrise-ish, so it gives you an idea of where I live. I'm gonna miss the view, but I'm going to enjoy it and soak it in as long as I have it. I hate packing. Hate it. I've moved a lot this last few years, and I also am, how fortunate and grateful am I that I have a couch, furniture, clothes. I have stuff to pack. These dogs that drive me nuts when I'm recording or filming, being like, dang it, I should edit this and get them out. Like, no, those same dogs love me unconditionally, and even though they drive me nuts, they're my best friends. Lily, my youngest puppy, she drives me batshit crazy. She's the naughtiest, I had to put a lot of money and time and training with her. She's also the most affectionate. I'm so grateful for her. I'm grateful that I have a home that has animals, a beautiful daughter, a view on the river. And even though I'm moving and whatever that looks like the next few months, I'm grateful to have had it. And it's hard to even say that because on the dark days, I'm mad about it. And it's okay to have one day where you're mad again. Like, two things can be true. You can be mad and sad that you're going through this experience, and you can be excited and have gratitude that you're moving on, or you're embracing this change. When I think about my divorce, I was mad as hell. Not only because of the infidelity and the cheating, and I was like, I have to start over. I have to do this. Like, I have to move. I have to now co-parent. I have to co-parent with the person that caused our divorce. This doesn't seem fair. And it's not. But I can also have so much gratitude that my daughter's dad loves her and is part of her life. Of course I am so grateful for that. And I got to be mad about moving. I get to be mad about those things because it doesn't always feel fair. But I know now, after going through it, I got to experience so many new changes. I got to know I could do really hard things by myself. That I don't need a partner. I don't need a partner at all. But I am so open to receiving that as well. I don't need anything. But if someone comes into my life and adds value and complements my life, like, why not? Why would I not want that later in life? Or now even, right? And if that's you, if you're out there, like, I just got out of this relationship a couple months ago, a year ago. I just got a relationship last April, and I'm like, would I be ready? Of course I'm ready. I am ready to be open to anything that's meant for me. And I'm not going to let the chaos of everything disrupt that, or say, well, I can't find love again or joy again or anything while I'm going through this. I can't live in a world where that exists, or if that's true. And that's okay. So again, if you're out there, you're listening to this, you're staying through, we're a little over 22 minutes, and you're like, can I experience hard things and find good things and have love and gratitude in the middle of chaos? Yes. I encourage it. Because even if the heart's, like, we keep going to that heart metaphor, even though it's like broken and it's hurt and it's sad, you can slowly mend it and slowly send love and light and healing to it while being very aware it's there. Being so aware that it's there. I think society and maybe social media and maybe friends, family, they're like, you can't. You're going through hell. Like, sit in the hell. Or you can be present in your grief and also be grateful for different things. I think that's so silly that people say something different. You can be healing and be open to receiving at the same time. There is no correct 100% route to your next destination because all of us are so different. I could sit next to 6 of my friends and we've all gone through hard things in our life. I don't have a friend that hasn't. And even though we all got to this current life, we're in our mid 30s to 40s and we all made it, but we took different routes and ways together. We're all present, checked in on each other, but we are not the same experience. And we chose healing in different ways. I don't heal the same way as some of my friends. I just don't. And they don't heal the way I do. Some of them like, you're back in therapy, you're a therapist. I'm like, heck yeah. I'm in this boat. I'm in this thing. I'm in the trenches. Where am I going to see perspective? I can have self-awareness and all that, but I need some outside support. And some of my friends, they can hit the gym and that's their therapy, and I think that's cool for them. And I need both. I need to work out and talk about my feelings. Hence why the podcast, let's talk about it. So basically, as I'm wrapping up in my head, and again, I'm not reading off of anything. You probably already picked that up if you're watching me. I'm just here to talk to you about what I talk to my clients about, what I experience in life, and you can find goodness in hard things. I am so grateful for my hard experiences because it's brought me to where I'm at today talking to you. I am grateful to be in a home even if it's not permanent, Because at the end of the day, it's a house. The only home in my world is my daughter, myself, and my animals. Wherever we are is home. And I hope that's true for you too. Is embracing happiness or even moments while in the hard. You can do that. I so believe in you. I really do. You can be in a relationship and not be fully satisfied or not even sure if you're with the right person, and have gratitude that they're still there, that they exist, or this house that you guys built. I picture a big, beautiful house, maybe a pool in the backyard, and you're like, can I be grateful for this and also want more? Sure, of course you can. Let's talk about it. This resonates with you, and maybe this is your first taste of like, hey, kind of want to talk to Courtney more, or someone like Courtney, reach out to me, DM me, message me, comment. I'll get in contact with you. You can go to my websites, like it's all there in the member profile. Let's work together. Let's heal together. But if we don't, and there's no pressure there, is listen to what I said today. You can still do the stitching and mending and getting into a good spot as you're going through hard things. That is normal. And seek out that. If you're like, no, nothing, before you go to bed, if nothing made you laugh, if nothing made you smile today, then how about you pick up something I just talked about today? Get a cup of tea. Be grateful that you can make a cup of tea and smile at, like warm. I love honey in my tea. And we got some good local, well, everything everywhere has good local honey, but Washington, I'm in Washington right now, and that's what I do. I'm so grateful for that. Sweet and warm on a cold day, and smile because it's yummy. If you want to watch some television, instead of going towards like Criminal Minds, and I'm not talking shit, I love that show too. Pull out one of your favorite shows, laugh. I mentioned The Big Bang Theory, or Friends, or whatever it is for you. Watch your favorite show. It gives comfort, mending, gratitude, love. You love that show. Call a friend. Maybe like, hey, I don't really want to talk about all the hard things. Like, I'm going through a lot, but tell me about your day. Oh gosh, have you ever seen the movie? Oh gosh, I cannot remember. It's gonna kill me. I think I talked about last week too. Tell me something good. It's a quote from a movie. Oh gosh, it's gonna kill me. Anyway, tell me something good, and I'll tell you something good about yourself right now. You listen to this episode. It probably attracted you because of the title of it, or maybe you're like, hey, maybe I can get some insight from this therapist coach. You can have gratitude, love, and light in your life while also going through hard things. Perfectly normal, whatever that even means. And if you haven't had it today, find it. Fall's beautiful. The leaves are changing. I looked out my kitchen window and I saw the orange leaves. I'm like, when did that happen? How cool and beautiful is fall? And it sounds cheesy, and I maybe heard this line. Fall shows us something beautiful, that even beautiful things can fall apart, and so can you. And know that once spring comes, there's renewal and regrowth, and so it will come for you. Thank you for listening, for tuning in to Let's Talk About It. It's been a pleasure, and if this resonates with you, please comment, like, share, let me know your thoughts. Until next time, friends, have a great day.